In a small remote village nestled among the rolling hills of Africa, there lived a young and beautiful girl named Amina. Her beauty was the talk of the village, with skin as smooth as ebony and eyes that sparkled like stars in the night sky. But Amina was not just a pretty face. She was intelligent, ambitious, and driven by a burning desire to make something of herself. Life in the village was simple, but it was not enough for Amina. She yearned for more, for the opportunity to see the world and to create a better life for herself and her family. One day, after much thought and with a heavy heart, Amina decided to leave her village and travel to the big city in search of a job. She knew it would be difficult, but she was determined to succeed. Her family bid her farewell with tears in their eyes, knowing that the journey ahead would not be easy. When Amina arrived in the city, she was overwhelmed by its size and the bustling crowds. The towering buildings and the constant noise were unlike anything she had ever experienced. But despite the initial shock, Amina remained resolute. She began searching for work, but job opportunities were scarce, and without any formal education, she found herself turned away at every door. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Amina's savings dwindled, and soon she could barely afford to feed herself. Desperation crept in, and one fateful evening, with nowhere else to turn, she found herself standing outside a nightclub. The neon lights flickered in the night, casting an eerie glow on the faces of those who entered. Amina knew what kind of place it was, but she was out of options. She needed money, and fast. Reluctantly, Amina stepped inside. The club was loud, the music pounding through the walls, and the air was thick with smoke and perfume. The manager, noticing her beauty, immediately offered her a job. It wasn't what she had envisioned for herself, but with no other choices, Amina accepted. Life in the nightclub was tough. Amina worked long hours, serving drinks to rowdy customers, dodging unwanted advances, and struggling to maintain her dignity in an environment that seemed to swallow hope whole. But she kept her head high, knowing that this was only temporary. One night, while working at the club, Amina met a man named Eric. He was different from the other patrons, well-dressed, polite, and with an air of sophistication. Eric was a regular at the club, and he quickly took notice of Amina. He admired her grace and intelligence, and the two began to talk during her shifts. As they grew closer, Eric learned about Amina's struggles and her dreams of building a better life. He was moved by her story and decided to introduce her to his circle of wealthy friends. These men were influential businessmen, and Eric believed that with Amina's charm and intelligence, she could easily win them over. Amina seized the opportunity with both hands. She attended dinners and gatherings, using her wit and beauty to charm the businessmen. She listened carefully to their conversations, learning the ins and outs of their trade, and slowly she began to form a plan. Over time, Amina built connections with these wealthy men. They admired her ambition and were eager to help her. With their support, Amina was able to secure funding to start her own business. She opened a high-end boutique in the city, selling luxury goods imported from around the world. Her store quickly became the talk of the town, attracting the city's elite. Amina's boutique was a roaring success, and she soon expanded her business empire. She opened more stores, invested in real estate, and eventually became one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the city. The girl who had once struggled to make ends meet was now a powerful and respected businesswoman. Despite her newfound wealth, Amina never forgot where she came from. She returned to her village using her success to build schools, provide clean water, and create opportunities for others like her. Amina's journey had been long and difficult, but she had emerged stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. In the end, Amina had not only achieved her dreams, but had also changed the lives of countless others. She had proven that with courage, intelligence, and a little bit of luck, even the most unlikely dreams could come true.